Coming up right now, kind of a motivational story. A $2 tip turns to thousands after an officer steps in to help out our pizza delivery guy.
Also coming up, a patrol car from California is spotted on the streets of Poland. But how did it get there?
Big bust. A little bit later on, the shocking moment, a cow leans in for a kiss after a woman offers up a treat. We'll tell you about that.
It's every day. Daily Flash starts right now.
Get ready for trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. The fun starts right now. This is Daily Flash.
I'm Andrea Jackson.
And I am Mitch English, and we're welcoming you to Daily Flash. I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. We got an hour packed with your good stuff. We got James, sweet baby James, out in the crowd there, and then Crazy Matt Doolittle's to my right. How are you, Matt?
I think we need to implement this. Starbucks is putting in a panic button for laptop lurkers who won't leave.
I've heard about this.
I think that we need to have that around here. Yes, they're implementing it.
How many people go to? Well, they're saying, first off, because it happens a lot. They'll go into the Starbucks and they'll just sit down. They don't order anything.
Go in, go bathroom, or get a water.
Use the bathroom and get a water.
Get a water.
And then they use their free Wi-Fi service while they're there.
My
right?
Starbucks has a code to get in the bathroom.
Really?
Yeah, you have to go get it's their zip code, but still.
Now
I know everyone knows.
No.
Secrets out. How do you guys feel about dressing up when you fly?
I don't think you have to suit and tie, but you know, a little bit of decorum, because I always believe you act the way you're dressed.
I at least wear pants.
Well, that's a good start.
Which is more than what he says about this show.
You can't see him below here.
This is true. A lot of airlines are tightening up their dress code policy. Spirit Airlines was one of the first to kind of update and change their policy. They used to kind of, I think, let you go on with pretty much anything because it's a low budget airline.
PJs.
But now they've said that you cannot show skin or body parts, and you cannot wear anything that's lewd or insulting, and that includes tattoos.
Okay.
So you've got to keep stuff like that covered. So other airlines have kind of followed in Spirit Airlines' footsteps.
Okay.
While shirts and shoes should be a given for most people, not everyone shares the same mindset. Hawaiian Airlines specifically says no bathing suits.
Well,
come on, you're going to Hawaii, though. When you get off the plane.
It's Hawaii.
They say no bathing suits.
Yeah, I agree. I'm agreeing with you. First off, planes get cold when I'm up there. I don't know why you would want to wear shorts.
Cold or hot. And then would you really want to sit in somebody's seat who was just wearing a bikini? I don't know.
I need to see it for myself.
Well, it depends.
Of course you do.
Who was it?
Who was it? Southwest Airlines says no lewd, obscene, or patently offensive clothing, and passengers must wear shoes.
Please wear shoes.
I would like to sandals.
The fact that they have to make that rule.
I agree. Thank you, Brayden. Yes.
I would like to take it one more, saying you can't take your shoes off.
Yes.
Because what happens all the time is they'll wear your sandals or whatever, and then they'll put their foot right up there on the thing, between the seats. I mean, I've had it done before me.
It's the worst.
Fighting words.
Or that person who takes their shoes off and goes to the bathroom and comes back. I've seen that.
I've seen it many times.
How can you walk into the airplane's bathroom with socks or bare feet? I just can't.
Socks are worse than bare feet, I would think.
I agree, because then
you're bringing it back with you.
All back with you. United and American both say nothing offensive, no bare feet. Delta does not have a specific dress code, and Qatar Airlines has a specific dress code for business and first class passengers.
Yeah, and it's a classy airline.
Qatar,
right?
yeah.
So check that out. And then their whole country, I think, has the same.
Yeah, they have a dress code for the whole country while you're there.
The most shocking thing, Spirit is actually leading in something.
That's true. What's funny about Spirit?
The Greyhound of the sky.
Is that at a time they were having times where people were wearing too much clothes because they didn't want to have a bag. No, I'm dead serious.
Oh, I did the Joey from Friends a couple times flying Spirit. Oh yeah, you put a coat, especially if you're going up north.
Yeah.
You layer up.
You could put 2 or 3 shirts on that you're going to take on, because that way it takes it out of your bag.
But don't you have to take all that stuff off when you go
Just
through
the
security?
jacket.
Oh, just the jacket.
Not if you got TSA pre-check.
And if you got pre-check and you got clear, you don't even have to worry about that.
Loopholes.
All right, this is a great story. A pizza delivery driver, he had to walk a mile through dangerous snowstorm before he was met with a $2 tip. Connor Steppenhoff was seen walking as the conditions as trucks cleared the snow go from local roads. So he went to deliver a pizza. They said, look, this road's closed. He goes, well, I got a pizza delivery. I'm going to do it. A school bus had crash blocked the route, and that's when he decided to just complete the delivery on foot.
Oh my
Police officer, hey, noticed Connor and said, hey, you might want to get out of the street and walk on the sidewalk. And he goes, well, I had to go walk in the snow to complete a $40 pizza delivery. And then he looked at the receipt and he noticed that it was a tip for just $2. That's a huge crime.
$2 holla.
Well, the officer was like, look, I'm impressed by your work ethic and dedication. He goes, let me give you something for working hard, and gave him $15.
Nice. Very
Extra,
nice.
which is a good tip.
Yeah, sure.
But then he went and took it one step further and set up a GoFundMe page. And the goal was to say, let's raise this guy. Let's raise $500. So far, they've raised $16,000.
Yay.
By one guy saying, you know what, I'm going to do my job. I'm going to do it right. And, you know, he didn't do anything to the guy's house that only gave him a $2 tip, but he got something in return.
But something good came out of it. I can't believe that he was traipsing through the snow without gloves or coat on. I mean, I'm looking at him like, how are you doing this?
If you would imagine is like, well, when you're leaving a hot pizza store. I grew up in pizza places.
Yes.
My parents are. So you leave and you run outside and you're driving your car and everything. And he probably didn't think he'd probably have to get out.
Probably not.
And then
that
you
is
realize
true.
with that school bus. So, you know, he had it delivered. And, you know, better than our postal service.
Could you imagine if the people who ordered the pizza said, oh, no, I ordered pepperoni, not sausage.
This is wrong. Can you take it back? No.
Oh, gosh. A video of a patrol car from California has been spotted in Poland, of all places. And many are asking, how in the world did it even end up getting there? Video shows the vehicle with the Sacramento County Sheriff's Office name and logo. And it's being driven around with UK license plates or European license plates. Sacramento police cars have also been spotted in England, Iceland, and Germany. American collectors say they can't purchase patrol cars with law enforcement logos on them at auction. However, it's different if the cars are sold to international buyers, where the cars can be driven on streets outside of the U.S. And James, were you the one telling us that you can actually buy the decal packages?
Yep. So what they do is they buy the car, have it shipped over. Then another company, they can buy all the decals, the lights, and all that stuff, and have it put on the car in that country. And it's not illegal because the police cars look totally different over there than over here, but they love it.
Not only that, over there they have a different siren.
Yeah.
That'd be weird. Like, you ain't no cop. That doesn't sound like
If I saw a Dodge Charger in Europe, I'd automatically go, something. Because when I was over there, I didn't see it. The only American cars I saw over there were Fords. Everything else was
Was it
like
Fast and Furious?
Yeah, no, I went Tokyo Drift. But I'd see a Dodge Charger and be like, this isn't supposed to be here. It can't even fit down the road.
Well, I would imagine it's much like how we are looking at European cars. We're like, you know, it's exotic. Not everybody has one, but you're right, 100%.
You see a car with the steering wheel on the right side, you're like,
and then you can get
It's
it.
a little odd.
It was a Jaguar.
But interesting that I guess it's just Sacramento, the influx of Sacramento, but I imagine other police departments would do the same thing as well, but they must have a connection there, and that's the reason why. Well, it's the moment a cow leans into a woman's car in Virginia and gives her quite a surprise. Check this out. The encounter was captured on video by the woman's son. She had actually held a container of food and fed it to the cow. There you go. But it seemed as though the cow wanted more than just a fast food.
yeah, girl.
The video shows the cow drop its head into the passenger side window with its tongue out. The farm animal seems to ignore a handful of grain and just start licking the woman on her hand and her shoulder. And it's, you know, they're used to this. This is one of those parts. Wow.
I'm guessing maybe she tasted like a salt block.
It's all,
You know?
They call them salt licks.
Salt licks, yeah. She must have been salty.
That's crazy.
Sugar stuff.
That cow's drinking beer.
Wow. Well, that's
I would never, you know, and they say right when you go in, it's like animals, if they do any damage to your car, it's not our responsibility.
It's your fault,
and you're talking about just driving through these parks that do that. Okay, I don't want to see that anymore.
Okay, let's move on. A New Jersey man was spotted doing his grocery shopping with the help of a pony. This would seem odd, but true. The unidentified shopper was caught on camera with his four-legged shopping assistant. He said he has mobility issues and needs to lean against his miniature horse. He says his small pony is a registered service animal, and he often brings him along while he runs errands. Local authorities say he is allowed to bring the miniature horse in stores and public spaces because he is an official service animal.
And it's, well, if you think about your dog's about the same size.
Yeah.
No, I'm being dead serious.
Same size, yes.
Weimaraner, right?
Yeah, they are large dogs,
But even still, you know, I got to clean up on aisle 4, aisle 5.
What if the pony and the other animal get together and then they like produce a new species, and then you can take that service animal?
There you go. I take them into PetSmart. There you go. That's for sure.
A lot of fiber in that horse.
A lot of hay and grain.
All right, we got more Flash coming up right around your corner. Today's trends, tomorrow's talk. You get it all right here. Don't you go anywhere.
Carrots, apples, alfalfa, parsley.
Maybe.
Yeah, celery.
All right, he has gone viral for his angry retail guy sketches on TikTok and Instagram because, well, he holds no punches about the workplace. Check this out.
Let's replace all of our employees with AI. Let's replace our CEOs instead. That would save a lot of money. Actually, AI is too advanced for that job. All you need is a Fisher-Price tape recorder loaded up with a bunch of bad ideas. But AI is a wonder. It can do things you'd never thought possible. Yeah, like make me admit I want to keep my job. Don't even ban AI. Just make a system where you pay the people it's stealing from. Learning from. Or you know what? Go ahead and use AI. I give it about a week before it gains sentience, realizes you're underpaying it too, and joins everyone else on the picket line.
All right, now the angry retail guy adding a little new book to fuel his anger. Here to talk about his book. It's called The Customer is Always Wrong. And also put you a little respect into his name. Give it up for comedian Scott Cease. Scott! How are you, bud?
Thank you. I'm great. Thanks for having me on the show.
I'm glad to have you here because I forwarded on a while back. I forwarded on some of your posts and stuff. They're hilarious. I love it, and it speaks the truth. Your viral angry retail guy has actually struck a chord millions of people. Did you actually have to work in maybe some of your own experiences into this to really kind of get the entire feeling of what you were trying to inspire or show everybody?
Oh my gosh, yes. So I worked, a bunch of customer service jobs. Mainly, my main one that I drew from was the call center at IKEA.
Okay.
And a lot of the stuff from the videos come from that job experience. Stuff like, oh, the website said this was in stock. Well, what do your eyes say? The website also has pictures of employees smiling. Do you see that anywhere? No, I don't think so. Like all of that kind of stuff. And then people, just started interacting with the videos, engaging, and then they even sent me some ideas. They were like, can you do one about the customer's always right about, and it's like, well, no, they're wrong. That's why you're on your 9th try hitting the button for credit, like that kind of stuff, It's a communal creation.
Dude, what do you think happened, man? Like customer service, it seems like it's just gone to hell, especially when it comes to fast food restaurants. I know I'm getting old and I know I'm the guy I'm getting to that complaining stage, but was it the pandemic? What the heck happened, man?
It's because of me. I ruined it, I think. I'm sorry. I am here to apologize to everyone, to the nation. No, I think that's what it was, man. I think during the pandemic, people started to realize that maybe our jobs don't care as much about us as we were led to believe. And then there's kind of this, people really prioritize like a work-life balance, and especially people in like entry-level jobs and minimum wage work started to realize that like, a lot of the company customers and our bosses don't give us the respect that we deserve. And that's kind of the perspective of this book. This book is saying, oh, you're not lucky to have a job. You're lucky that I show up. And that's kind of the perspective of the book.
Yeah. Along with that you've seen inside your book, some of the kind of tackles along some of the most frustrating aspects from the worst workplaces. You got the bad bosses, overbearing customers. There's got to be a favorite topic that you just go, that's your hot button thing that you love to go. Is there one thing?
I love the stuff in the book that I got to do that wasn't tackled in the videos. The videos are obviously a bunch about like customer service. But in the book, I got into applying for jobs, training. I got into, office culture, like stuff about like brand culture, stuff like, here are our company's 39 core values. Is one of them mercy? When will this meeting end? That's what I need to know. Yeah.
Hey, well, you talk about job interviews, and it's frustrating to go to one. And then also, as you just mentioned, workplace culture. Has there been like weird job interview questions that you've ever encountered, or maybe people might have told you? And then how did you handle that if you got one of those?
Oh, yeah. My favorite job interview question I ever got was, if you were a crayon, what color would you be?
Okay. Your response?
I'm an adult. You understand? I'm not a crayon. Let's talk about the job. Let's talk about experience. But the other job interview stuff, that's the worst. The worst type of job interview is the audition. Like I do I'm an actor now. And that is tough when you're doing like, I'm pretending to be a doula on Zoom with a casting director who I think is on mute, but it's like, oh, they're actually just not laughing. I'm like, okay, that's fine.
Okay.
I don't know if this audition is going well. Like, that is a high pressure scenario.
All right. And, just doing an interview with you right now, I'm really cautious of my questions that I ask. I want you to be aware of that so that we don't ask any of these asinine questions. So don't worry about it. What you're doing, you really have struck a chord with people. 2 million TikTok followers. You built a huge, massive fan base online. Has your social media presence actually influenced your stand-up comedy and maybe your approach to writing that book that you have, The Customer is Always Wrong?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I mean, I was a stand-up comedian for about 10 years before the videos actually took off. And I had never done customer service jokes in my act. I just started doing them like on TikTok during the pandemic when I couldn't go out and do stand-up live. And so now I definitely kind of weave that into my show. I always make time at the end, like 15 minutes to just go on a bunch of rants about work. I have the audience tell me the worst things that have ever happened to them at their job. And it's a communal healing process. It's a catharsis at these shows. Bring your boss. I'll quit for you. If you want, you come to one of my shows with your boss. I'll tell him what's what. You know what I'm saying?
I love that. And, with you traveling around the country with like Patton Oswalt, who I love, Joe Gatto as well, your experience, I would imagine, it's not just, regionally based. I would imagine you had an opportunity as you travel across the country to experience even more of this customer service. Is that the case?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, going across the country, I have people coming up to me after shows telling me like, oh, I could fill a book with what's happened to me at work. I could fill a book. And then I started to think, I could fill a book.
It makes sense.
And that's what I was like, yes, it makes sense. So I thought, okay, I'm making a comedy book, making fun of all the worst parts of, having a job, finding a job. And I'm super proud of it. It's the perfect read if you ever had a bad day at work. That's what I always say.
I love it. Scott, you're very funny guy. Love it. All the best with this book. We hope to see it to just go all the way #1. We appreciate that. And if you want to get your hands on Scott's book, The Customer is Always Wrong, you can head to our website, dailyflashshow.com. Join Scott, of course, on social media. Forward along like I did. Some of the funny bits that he does on there because they hit home and they're so true. More Flash after this. Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English. It's time to check in with Tony Toscano to find out what's coming out of Hollywood and straight to your screen, no matter what size you're going to watch it on, even your phone. With the latest, here's Tony.
Thanks, Mitch. In theaters now is the action comedy The Killer's Game. It stars Dave Bautista.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news, Joe. It's terminal.
How long do I have?
Best case, 3 months.
What brings you to my door?
I need a contract executed.
Who do you want retired?
Me.
A hitman is diagnosed with a life-threatening illness and authorizes a kill on himself to avoid the pain that is sure to follow. Along with Dave Bautista, the film stars Marco Zaror and is directed by J.J. Perry.
The big surprise here that the love story of this movie is just like, I don't even see this level of love stories in romances movies.
We really just set out to make a love story that has a head-on collision with a ridiculously fun action movie with a bunch of cool characters. So I hope everybody loves it, and I can't wait for everybody to see it.
Although The Killer's Game boasts a great cast, the film just falls flat and never reaches its full potential. Again, it's in theaters now and gets a C. It's rated R. Premiering online today is the crime thriller Strangers. It stars Jamie Bamber.
You're a hitman?
So when the justice system falls a little short, I bridge the gap.
Do you ever do pro bono work?
You have to know what you're doing.
Show me where to point it.
In the film, a frustrated woman's life takes a dark turn after an encounter with a hitman. I chatted with star Jamie Bamber.
It's sort of to bring the unthreatening charm to someone who does something extremely lethal. Because I think that the interesting thing about this film is, yes, a lot of people die, but at the very beginning, you're not really sure who to trust. And you don't see him kill anyone for a long time after she believes that he's a killer. And she's killed, She makes the first move on the basis of his flirty suggestions.
Strangers is an exceptional adult crime thriller with lots of twists and turns, and well worth your time to check out. Again, it's streaming on most video-on-demand platforms and gets an A. It's rated R. For the Daily Flash, I'm film critic Tony Toscano.
Thank you there, Tony. I actually got to see the Killers game. I liked it quite much. Let's turn our attention to those fuzzballs we love. Yes, it's time for furry friends, and we love it when a pup that's been in and out of foster homes for a long time finally finds its forever home.
Yeah.
But Noelle was a good girl even while she was waiting for 1,263
Holy
days.
cow.
But she helped out in that time. We go to South Carolina where a pregnant rescue dog named Noelle was dropped off at a Florence County Environment Services animal control shelter. She was then transferred to a DC shelter. Though her puppies were adopted quickly, Noelle was stuck in foster homes for over 1,200 days. While she was waiting, she helped raise dozens of foster puppies and welcomed them to new homes. Luckily, though, a family saw Noelle on the Nextdoor app, heard about her story and said, nope, no more of that, and quickly went to adopt the pup who has been jumping from home to home for over 3 years and is now comfortable in her forever home. So good for Noelle. Now, another story that I love, and I always love when these pop up because it's like, how did this thing survive? And one quick last story, I love when we met Pepe. This is Pepe, and Pepe has been running around the streets of the UK lost for the last 9 years. Pepe was only found when a police constable saw the kitty limping when she took him to a local vet. Then they found a microchip and found his family, and they were reunited after 9 years. And he just looked delighted to be home.
Yeah.
He's like, great, I was living fancy free. Now I'm back here. Great.
Loving that. He's getting a nice cleaning with his hair.
Oh, yeah. Well. Hose him down after 9 years of running around.
Indeed. Thank you there, Maddie. Check this out. It is the latest bizarre drink trend, and it's taken over the internet. It's called Gator wine, okay? Which sounds exactly what it is. Gatorade mixed with wine. Check this out.
All right, Gator wine. I don't know anything about this going into it, other than what my imagination tells me it might taste like.
All right, now it's kind of unclear exactly where the mixture came from, but as always, we want to test and see if it's actually worth it. So I don't drink, and Andrea, which rightfully so, says, no, I'm not going to even try it. So even. Strong work on that. Yeah. So we're going to get our buddy Matty to be able to check this out here.
I did this in college, but it was Gatorade and vodka.
See, that makes sense to me, but the Gatorade and the red wine,
I don't know.
All right, so Matt, I'm going to let you do your portions.
So how much do I do with this?
Let's just go half and half with it.
there you go. That's good, right there.
There we go.
Yeah.
Matt pours with a heavy hand.
He sure does.
Sure.
There we go.
Now, I would give it a little swirl if I were you. Okay. Oh, it's a purple color. That's interesting.
Grape juice.
Very nice. And then has it got a nice bouquet?
There we go. Bottoms up. Y'all.
See in the emergency room, right? Thoughts?
It's not horrible.
It's not bad?
Okay.
No, the Gatorade kind of like filters out though.
The bitterness of the red wine?
It's not horrible.
It's purple now.
It looks like grape juice.
It does look like grape juice.
It's not.
This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mitch English.
And I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash, your source for trending news and entertainment.
We sure like having lots of fun here. We're so glad to have you along. It just takes one person to say one little thing, and it could change everything when it comes to trying to sell a house. Ooh. Case in point, we go to Sussex, England, where Adele stayed at this beautiful place that used to be a convent, right? And she's like, oh, okay, interesting stay here. She goes, but this place is really scary, kind of weird. That's all she really said about it. Since then, they've been trying to sell it for the past 15 years and all kinds of marketing for the past 14 years, including ads in Country Life magazine. So the owner says, out of all of this, we've only received one offer to purchase this in 14 to 15 years.
Wow.
And that person withdrew after it heard about Adele talking about her night stay there. And the owner is now wanting to turn that convert the convent into 3 different houses so that they maybe split it up, and maybe just the scary house or the scary part of it won't necessarily be associated with the other 2. But it's interesting just because one person said it was kind of scary there. It's affected that much. And I guess they might have more appreciation of what Adele has to say in England.
Couldn't she come around and say scary but super cool?
Cool, yeah.
Because then there would be a bidding war to get this place, I would think.
She has nothing to do with the sale. She just stayed there for a little while.
Wow.
But even still, just her saying that.
Yeah.
I mean, it just shows her power. I mean, how many people went to the Playboy Mansion and said this place is haunted with so many ghosts?
And diseases.
And it's still sold.
Something a little fishy. Because if it's a scary house, why did you just Airbnb
it
to
it.
all the people who love that type of
That's
thing?
a great
It used to be a convent,
Yes.
A ton of money.
Yeah, not a lot happened.
Play
there.
Omen or something.
Yeah, because there's so many people that love that kind of thing. They go for those kind of thrill-seeking moments and stay in scary places.
And it could be a matter of it's just overpriced, possibly too. That's probably really what it comes down to.
probably
Now, we can't sell this because Adele, dang it, said it was scary.
But the sexier story is Adele made a
Adele
nasty
stayed here.
comment.
You can't say Adele stay here without her saying she thought it was scary. And if you said Adele, they probably thought that would make it sell easier.
Maybe. A pizza delivery driver walked half a mile through a dangerous snowstorm before he was met with a $2 tip. Come on. Connor Stefanoff was seen walking in conditions snowy, icy, crazy as trucks cleared the snow from local roads. A school bus crash blocked his route, and that's when he decided he better just complete the delivery on foot. A police officer noticed Connor and told him to get out of the street and onto the sidewalk. Connor revealed he had to walk in the snow to complete the $40 pizza delivery, and then looked at the receipt and noticed a tip for just $2. The officer was impressed by Connor's work ethic and dedication and gave Craig $15. The officer also set up a GoFundMe page. The goal was just to raise $500, and the fundraiser has since raised $16,000 for his deed.
And that police officer saying, hey, you want to get off the roads because it's, you're not supposed to be on the roads walking. But if you saw the sidewalks, they weren't
any better either.
It was worse, actually, because the cars hadn't been on it. So good for him. Take care of your pizza delivery guy.
Yes.
If you give cash to your kid and the kid goes, I want to go and pay for it, make sure they give the tip to the driver.
Yeah.
God, that pissed
How
me
many
off.
times did you?
So many times.
Pocketed the money?
What'd Carter do?
No. I would be the pizza delivery guy, and then I go up there, and the kid opened the door, and I go, well, I ain't getting a tip here. And sure as heck, if it's, let's just say they gave me a 20 and it was $15, the kid would keep $5. Or I would go, do you want me to give you 5 ones back? And he's like, no. And I'm like, because you give one, so then you can get them back. You know what I'm saying?
What's the Macaulay Culkin Christmas
Home
movie?
Alone?
Thank you. I always feel for the pizza delivery guy in that movie. Every time I watch it, I'm like, oh my God.
Can I tell you about this?
Yes.
If you remember at the very beginning, they said the phones were knocked out in the film, so there's no way he could have made a place call.
You're right.
So we talked about that during Christmas time.
Because I think, did he actually get his tip in the movie? I don't think he ever did.
No, because, he left the money out.
That's right.
Because he made it look like there was a bunch of
But right before they went on their vacation, they ordered all those pizzas, and he waited forever for somebody to pay, and then I don't know if he even got a tip.
And the uncle, who is the one that caused the entire problem, didn't want to pay him.
I would agree with
right.
it.
That's right. He was supposed to pay.
He made the guy with the construction money pay for everything.
Tell you what, we'll have more fun on Daily Flash if you stick around. We have it right here waiting for you.
If you live it, love it, or buy it, we talk about it on Life, Love, Shopping. So let's dive right in. We start with this. A Florida stomach doc is revealing his secrets to better gut health, and it does not require a prescription. Here's more with Dr. Joseph Salab.
Things I do as a doctor to protect my gut and liver health. I usually start off the day with vitamin C. Now that's either with lemon water or lemon tea or eating just fresh fruits, because people who eat more vitamin C tend to have a lower risk of gallbladder stones, better liver health, and better gut bacteria. I try to aim to eat 2 1-ounce servings of tree nuts weekly, because we know that people who eat more tree nuts tend to have a lower risk of colon cancer and a lower risk of fatty liver disease. Next, I try to get my coffee in. Now, whether you drink caffeinated or decaffeinated, they both have great antioxidant qualities to them, and coffee can be protective against gallbladder stones and fatty liver disease. Omega-3s are essential to gut and liver health, and I try to get them by eating fish at least 3 times a week. But if you don't eat fish, you you can get them from walnuts, chia seeds, and even things like flax seeds. Now, most days I try to cook or meal prep. I try to stay away from fast food that's greasy and fried. I'm not perfect and I splurge sometimes, but I notice that when I cook myself, I tend not to overeat and I feel very nourished. And finally, I try to stay active, whether that's a bike ride after dinner or just getting my 5,000 to 10,000 steps in per day. I notice this helps me digest better. People who exercise more have a lower risk of liver disease, lower risk of gallbladder stones, better gut bacteria, and healthy bowel movements. Follow me for more.
Dr. Salam, thank you. Here's a splurge for your taste buds and your wallet. It is considered the most expensive martini in the United States, and it's being served in Chicago at the Italian eatery known as Adelina. The restaurant has teamed up with Mero Fine, a high-end bridal jewelry brand located right below the restaurant. The drink is called the Mero Martini. It's mixed with smoked heirloom tomatoes, and the ingredients include mezcal from green agave, chili liqueur, and lemon basil olive oil. The finishing touch, it's served alongside a 9-carat diamond tennis necklace featuring 150 diamonds in 14-karat gold. The price? $13,000. Not sure if the tip is included. I should hope so. Before being served, the drink is smoked in a glass and then presented to the bar patron with the diamond necklace on the side. Pickpocketing is surging in popular tourist destinations, including London. Check out this video from a restaurant with outdoor dining. A woman approaches the table, and as she points to something, she covers one woman's cell phone with a piece of paper. While she distracts the customer, she steals her phone, which was next to her plate, before wandering away. Experts from security firm Get Licensed offered this advice to travelers.
Some advice maybe for people that, don't want to be pickpocketed, or they don't want to lose valuable objects like their phone. Keep them on you at all times. Don't leave them unattended. Don't leave them with other people, just like not leaving your drinks unattended. Put your wallet, your purse, your phone in your front pocket. Ladies who've maybe got the handbag, put your handbag in front of you while you're dancing, not round to the back of you. So I suppose these are just some little things that just to be conscious of.
They can all make a world of difference. Word has it 8 new emojis will be coming to your iPhone very soon. And one of the most anticipated emojis includes an emoticon with under eye bags. Who knew? The Unicode Standard, the group behind maintaining standards for all emoticons, announced the new icons at a recent meeting. The other new emojis include the fingerprint, a purple splat, a turnip, a leafless tree, a harp, a shovel, and the official flag of Sark, an island in the English Channel. Well, the last time new emojis were added to the character index was last September. There are currently more than 3,700 emojis, and some of the most popular ones include the red heart, the prayer hands, and the fire symbol. Well, that story gets the sparkle and the green check mark emoji for sure. For more information on any of these stories, please head to our website, llsshow.com. Once you're there, you can check out previous episodes and get more details on our life, love, shopping topics. And don't forget to follow us on social media. At LLS Show is our handle. Stay with us. More coming up right after this. Welcome back to Daily Flash. There's a new online dating method that can help women avoid the never-ending time and effort dating apps can take.
Boy, they are. It's called the burned haystack method. And Nicola Prentice, who is a contributor for Business Insider, joins us to talk about this haystack burner of a day. Nicola, thank you for joining us. What the heck is the burned haystack method?
Okay, so this is a method created by Jenny Young, a professor of English at Wisconsin University. And her idea was that if you want to find a needle in a haystack, the best way is to burn it down rather than waste your time kind of flicking through it. So what she does is teach a method where instead of trying to cast the net as wide as possible, you have the pool as narrow as you can make it. And one of the ways is by writing your profile in a way that's designed to repel the people that you would never match with in real life and attract only the ones that would. And then the other thing in her method, because she's an expert in course analysis and rhetoric, and teaches people in the Facebook group to read between the lines. So when a message or a profile says something like, for example, that they were looking for somebody adventurous and open-minded, that is coded for looking for sex. Okay.
Oh, okay.
It's about reading between the lines, and you get really good at it by following her method.
But Niccolo, so oftentimes we talk about there were red flags. I saw them all along, yet I choose to ignore them. How can we get this into our mindset?
It's that the minute something makes you feel uncomfortable, the minute something puts that doubt in your head, then you just, what Jenny calls block to burn. You block that person. It's not just that you stop the chat. It's not that you say to them, oh, I didn't really like that. You actually remove their profile so that the app won't show them to you anymore.
And maybe,
And then you forget about it.
That's the best thing. Yeah. They say that even after, you've been in a relationship, just to do something like that. Is this changing the online dating experience, or are people saying this is making it so much easier or harder or anything?
Well, it's changing the experience for the people that are in that group and following that method. I mean, there's 110,000 people in that group now. There's 350 million dating on apps. So for the people who are in that group, what it's doing is stopping them waste time. So the whole point is that you don't go swiping through, you don't look for profiles. If people write to you with their, hey, beautiful, or how was your day, you don't bother to reply. That conversation's not going anywhere. They've shown you that what they're doing is casting the net as wide as they can, because most men will swipe right on as many profiles as they can. So most women are just deluged. But those people have never read your profile. You're looking for somebody who's read your profile and has said something specific to you because they're interested in getting to know you. They're not interested in collecting 30 likes that day.
I've seen some, I'm not dating, when I was in the dating world after my divorce, I would see long descriptions, and at the very bottom it would say something like, ask me about this, and that would tell them that I read their profile, which makes sense.
That is true. Well, it's an investment of time, and I think we're finding that some people are taking it a little bit more seriously than others. How are dating apps evolving to help users find more meaningful connections?
I mean, are they? Because their whole business plan relies on you being in that app forever. So, are they doing that? I'm not really sure. But I think what they could do is maybe guide people a little bit more. Like, we've got AI now. Let the AI read people's messages and go like, I've noticed you sent a lot of messages that start, hey, beautiful. How about writing something specific to that person's profile, or noticing that you've been in a chat for 3 months and say, maybe it's time you met in real life.
Seems to make sense. So what you're saying, what I got of all of this, because I read that, is instead of saying, hey, beautiful, say, man, you sure are ugly. That probably wouldn't.
That's not right.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. I don't know how I lucked out then. All right, good stuff here. And it's got to be, it's challenging by all means.
Yes.
And if you want to find out more of what Nicola has to say, of course, you can check out Nicola Prentice on businessinsider.com. And you can find out more about this effective burned haystack method. And who knows, maybe you'll be able to find the one you want quicker, faster, better, and less expensive for those guys. So
lighting a match, clearing the field, finding the one haystack.
The one that you need.
That you really, really like. The cost of doing business, owning a home or driving a car skyrocketed, and inflation isn't the only culprit. Lawsuits are also a factor. Here's Dr. Robert Hartwig to help us navigate the high cost of insurance. Doctor, how is litigation impacting consumers?
Right. Litigation costs in the United States are extraordinarily expensive. And again, the average consumer, the average business owner even, is not really aware of it. It's really hidden. And in fact, it's a hidden tax on every household and every business in America. Most people would be surprised to hear that excessive litigation in America costs about $450 billion per year. And that breaks down to about $300 billion in excess cost to businesses and about $150 billion for consumers. That adds to the cost of every good and every service that you purchase in every store, online, in every state in the United States every single day. And what that works down to at the household level, this is what it's costing the average American on a household basis, is about $3,600 per year. And again, you can think about that as a litigation tax. You can also think about it as a major contributing factor to inflation in the United States today, but it's not one that most people have heard about. So it's an issue that really needs to be addressed in order to drive some of these costs out of the system, so we can help make not only insurance more affordable for Americans, but every product and every service that people buy on an everyday basis.
And where can we go for more information?
We recommend that you go to apci.org for more information.
Thank you for joining us, and we'll be sure to post this full interview on our website at dailyflashshow.com.
Hey, we have found a great way for you to buy a used car and actually save some money in the process. Here's what you need to know.
So you want to buy a new car, but you're thinking, how can I afford one when everything is so expensive? It's true, pricey new cars do get the headlines, but there are still plenty of reasonably priced choices available. The average listing price for a used car today is around $25,000, and those cars often have about 70,000 miles. That means many are even less than $25,000. And when it comes to new cars, there are still deals to be had. For example, Nissan has 6 vehicles under $30,000. Kia Telluride is a 3-row SUV that starts around $40,000. If you skip luxury models, the most bang for your buck is found with sedans and hatchbacks. They are often thousands of dollars less than an SUV with similar equipment, and because sedans aren't as popular, you can often get a better deal.
This is Tim. Tim is all about time, and if you've ever had a chance to look into Tim's cold, dead eyes, you'll see that it's time for you to follow us on social media. Sure, there's 10,000 social sites out there, and we don't have the time to name them all. Seriously, just ask Tim. So take the time to look for Daily Flash TV on your favorite social sites and start following us. That's all the time, Tim. Goodbye.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. Tensions run high as a producer, a troupe of young comedians and writers prepare for their first ever broadcast. Now the hit show is celebrating 50 years. This is today's must-watch movie, Saturday Night.
Okay, let's see if we can get through one of these skits.
Sketches. Davey, please.
Okay, you ready, camera one? Oh!
Okay, do we go again?
Actors on their phone.
My name is Lord Michaels. I'm the producer and creator of Saturday Night. We're excited because there's never been a television show like this.
Okay, but what kind of show is it, Warren? Do you even know what the show is?
Did anyone ask Edison what a light bulb was before he harnessed electricity?
Who are you in the metaphor?
Chevy Chase, Gilda Radner, Dan Ike. How the you pronounce this?
Roy, these can't be the right size.
Yeah, you're right. They should be a little bit smaller.
And action on rehearsal. And now, weekend update.
Good evening. Gentlemen, how long have you been standing there?
Long enough. They want you to fail. They're betting on it.
That's logical, Dick. That's why they're paying us all to be here.
NBC makes more money playing reruns of The Tonight Show. I mean, we're 90 minutes of live television by a group of 20-year-olds who have never made anything.
Okay, so this is a bit?
Look, I don't get how they do.
You haven't locked the script. Your actors are missing.
Have you seen John Belushi?
Your crew is in open rebellion.
Jesus Christ.
Your kids aren't ready for prime time.
Everyone down to the 8th floor now!
What is this?
That was kind of exciting. We need to let the audience in.
Oh, you don't.
What the hell is happening? What?
I'm not going to be able to protect you.
Just have to make it to air. Live from New York!
The writers tied a belt around Big Bird's neck and hung him from my dressing room door.
Hey, I heard about Big Bird. I'm so sorry. Autoerotic asphyxiation.
I love that. A little trivia there. You might talk about it in the movie, but Howard Cosell hosted a show before Saturday Night Live called Saturday Night Live, and it was just like a variety show on ABC.
Really?
Didn't last very long. True story. Thanks, y'all, for joining us.